Hello guys, welcome back to Tech Institute. Now let's see what is inheritance in Java. So the capability of a class to derive the property and characteristics from the another class is normally, this process is known as inheritance. So we are deriving the new class from the existing class. So inheritance is one of the most important feature of object oriented. It is one of the important major pillar of OOPS concepts, and this is the easier relationship. So in a programming we normally use the two types of relationship to reuse the code. One is a easier relationship, another is a hazard relationship. So easier relationship is known as inheritance, and hazard relationship we can see it is association or composition. So inheritance is a easier relationship, and also it is called as a kind of relationship. So the entity are when you define a class entity in case of inheritance, we have to just make a relationship whether it comes under a easier relationship or a hazard relationship. So if it comes under a easier relationship, then the inheritance hierarchy is possible. Otherwise we have to use that class in a hazard relationship using association or composition. So this is important one. It is mainly used to achieve the reusability of the code. So using inheritance directly we can access the data of the our parent class, or the we can say it is a super class, into the derived class, into the child class. So without declaring an object, because the properties are already get inherited in inheritance. Only the thing is if the private data is available, then it is not accessible. If it is in public, then it is inaccessible. Now when in case of Java, when the one class inherits from the another class, then the original class is called as a superclass. So the terminology in Java is known as the super and subclass. So which is the parent class we can say, or base class is always known as a superclass in Java, and inheriting class, that is a which is a newly created class from the existing class, it is known as the subclass in case of Java. Other programming language, it is known as a derived class or a child class. So the terminologies in Java is super and sub, because super is a keyword available in Java, that's why the this is known as a super class and subclasses. Other programming languages, the similar concept is known as super class, base class or parent class, and for subclass it is known as derived class or child class. Now let's see the some of the types of inheritance. So the single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So in a C++, the types of inheritance also available, like a single, multi-level, multiple, and hybrid, hierarchical. So I want to show you the diagram related to this. Now look here, it is a single inheritance. So vehicle and car. So this is a single base class, is a super class and subclass. So car is a vehicle, correct? So it's is a relationship. Only one base class and only one super class and one subclass is available. That's why it is a single inheritance. Another example, just look at, it's a multi-level inheritance. So it is a super class, first level super class, second level it is your first child, second child. So car is a four-wheeler, correct, and four-wheeler is a vehicle. So it's a relationship, it's a level, and that's why it is a multi-level. This is 0th level, this is 1 level, this is a second level. So it's a 2-level inheritance, you can say. Third one, multiple, it is not available in Java. So hierarchical, it is available. Now what is hierarchical? So one parent class, that is, or you can say super class, and multiple child classes or multiple subclasses. So car is a vehicle and bus also is a vehicle. So more than one subclass is inherited from the single base class or single parent class. It is known as the hierarchical inheritance. So these are the examples of single, multi-level, and single, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. Now just come back to the original slide. Now just look, the example here is class person. So suppose I define a class person. So person is a logical entity, correct? And when we create an object of person, so obviously it is a physical, so it is having a physical existence in real world. So person having a name, person having an address, okay? So person also having an ID, you can assign an ID. Then if I want to define an employee, employee is also the person. So we can reuse the property of person into the employee class. So in case of Java, if we want to use an inheritance, so extend keyword is used. In C++ here we are using colon and then the mode of inheritance, but here the extends keyword is used, and extends and the name of the superclass. So person is a superclass and employee is a subclass. So this is a general one, class person is a general, and this is employee is a special one. So it is a, sometimes it is known as a process, it is a journey of the generalization to the specialization, okay? So employee is a special feature of the person. So person having common feature and employee having special feature, like employee having a salary, employee having the designation, okay? But person is not having salary and designation, correct? So person having the common attributes and employee having its specific attribute. The employee also having the name and address which is coming from the person, correct? So that is, these properties we can use into the employee. Now look here, this is a class diagram, person and employee. So always it is in inheritance, in class diagram there is a upward direction arrow, so it is super class and it is your subclass, okay? So let's see the example on this. So I create a new project. So this is inheritance demo. Now create a first class, that is our person. Just please follow the naming conventions, be capital for class name. I don't want a main method, just click to finish. Now define the data member. So private, suppose here I define an ID, okay? And another field I want to define is private string name, okay? And then just create the auto stub, that is constructor on an ID. This is the parameterized constructor. Just create the parameterless one. Okay, and then you define it. This dot ID is equal to 0. This dot name is equal to empty string. Just hide this. Now define, just create the get set. So I don't want to comment ID and name. This is great, okay? And then create the toasting. Yes, and for toasting I want to use methods, I don't want to use fields, and then click OK. So now check here, the person class is available, ID and name are the private data members, then parameterless, parameterized, get and set id, get name and set name, and then toString. Now create the another class, that is your employee, correct? We directly write our super class using extends keyword person. Okay, and then define here a private data member. It is in double, suppose it is having in salary. Okay, now just go to the source, then please define the constructor. It is important. And here this is a omit and call to the superclass, so just uncomment it. And this is for person. Look here, this is the parameterless, it is in parameterized, correct? So int and string, here it gives you superclass constructor call that is parameterless, and it is a parameter, so I want to parameterize and just click OK. Look here, the super keyword is added for you, and the parameterized constructor having id and name as well as salary. So I just check, please check here the super statement. This is a super class constructor call, and salary is initialized here, this dot salary. Okay, and then define our getter setters salary, right? Get salary and set salary, and then define the toString also. For toString I want this get salary, and here from the inherited I want toString. Now just check here, it is a toString. The employee get salary, and here we are calling super.toString, that is a name, correct? So I just modify the string employee is salary is this, and I just modify the strings from person also. This is like id and name is equal to this. Okay, now employee class and person class is ready. Just check here. Okay, and now just create a testing class. Test the inheritance. I want now main method. Just click to finish, and here you have to create an object of employee. Object is equal to new, and which takes 101, right? This is the John, so it is a string, and salary is suppose this one. Okay, 50,000. And then we will write the service statement to get an output. and this is the object dot toString. So toString will give a call to the employee toString method which is available. I just save the program and then execute it. Look the output. Look, the salary employee is salary is 50,000 and person ID is 101 and John. Are you getting? So in this example, now again I just go to the person class. So person is a straightforward class. It's a single class, ID and name. Okay. And then parameterless constructor, and only just we are getting the whatever the value of ID and name for the current object. But when we inherit the person class to the employee, now from the person all methods and properties are inherited into the employee. Yes, only private properties are not accessible, but it is inherited. Only public properties and methods are accessible inside this class. So this ID and name, these are the formal arguments. So we have to initialize it because inside the employee we want this ID and name also. But here we cannot access ID and name from the person class because it is a private. So that's why we have to pass the data to the superclass constructor, so using a super statement, and then in a super statement that means this parameterized constructor gets called. Okay, and then it is initialized, and salary will remain here because it is an employee property. And in a toString what we are doing, so here toString is available and this is overriding method, so it is known as a Java annotation. In a inheritance, suppose we override the method. Override means method override means the in a super class and subclass, if the method name and method signature are same, then it is known as the overriding, correct? So here the toString is overridden because in a person also it is already available, correct? And employee we are overriding this, and here we want a name and ID and name from the person class. So how to call the person class methods inside the employee class? That means from the subclass how to call the method of superclass. So using super keyword dot the method name. So method name I want a toString, so it will call. Look at it is a person, toString gets call, and toString, this toString is returns you the ID and name. Okay, so it will print the ID and name for the current object and the salary which is available for the employee. So for the object, when I create an object 101 John and 50,000 is passed, so parameterized constructor gets called. Now go to the parameterized constructor. Look here, ID 101 John and salary is 50,000. ID and name are passed to the superclass constructor, that is for person. So here it is initialized, ID and name, and come back to employee. Then salary is initialized here, yes, and now come back to your object creation. So object is created now. In SOP statement, object.toString gets called. It jumps to the obj toString, that is obj is for the employee. The toString gets called here. Employee salary get salary gets called for the current object, and then super.toString gets called, and super.toString means from the person toString gets called. So this is the complete flow of the program, and then you will get an output is like this. Okay, so I hope you understood this. So if you have any doubt, you can make a comment in a comment box, and just watch this video carefully. You can repeat this video and please ask the questions if you have any doubts. Thank you.